opened up your beer and spilt everywhere. You want to make sure to enjoy it. On to the next step. So now that you have successfully raised your vehicle, you want to come up under it and inspect it. So what I'm noticing is that this plastic piece is a little banged up. Looks like it has some dirt and grime and stuff up under there, but I mean, this is the underside of the car, and these are all just meant to protect the car. So the next step is to take out all this carriage stuff. This is all meant to protect the underside of your car. We're gonna be removing that to get to your oil filter and your oil drain plug. On this, you're gonna be using a 10mm ratchet and just go around the whole thing and take it all off. I believe there is 14 of these. Now that my hands are all dirty, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my gloves. So now that this piece is folded down, you come around here, you can see your drain plug, which is really hot, and then right up here is your oil filter. They're both really easy to get to once this plastic shroud is out of the way. So the next step is gonna be removing that plug and then catching all the oil inside the oil can. So once we get all that done, I'll try to show you as best as I can with actually draining it, but it's pretty straightforward. You pull the plug off and then you drain it.
Oh, fuck.
Next thing you want to do is look at your plug just to make sure that there is no debris on it. If you see metal shavings on it, that's normally a very bad sign that something's coming apart in your engine. So now that it's all drained out, or at least most of it is, you clean it up just a little bit and slap that back. By the way, the floor is a fucking mess. So take my 14mm. So it's snug on there, but it's not too snug. So next thing is I'm gonna set my oil pitch can beneath this. I'm hoping there's not a whole lot left in the oil filter. I give it a while to fully drain out, but sometimes they can be a total bitch. So a bit of an update. This is the second time I've made this big of a mess. This car is kicking my ass. I have never struggled so much with an oil change. It's ridiculous. I mean, I take full responsibility for the way it's going, but oh my God. At first, I made a huge mess because of, I've never been up on a lift before when I've done an oil change. I just didn't really know how to use the catch can, and then the catch can had a little plug in the middle that just sprayed me all in my face, so I dropped it, which you probably saw. Well, I didn't drop the whole thing, but I set it down as fast as I could. It got all over my face, all over my arms, my shoes, all over the floor. It made a huge fucking mess. And then after that, I finally got it cleaned up, and it took me a while. And then I went to get the oil filter out, which I probably should have taken care of that first, but I didn't want to make a huge mess by stepping in it and walking around and everything. So anyway, I went on to the oil filter. I had some, the vice grips that I had, or the channel locks that I had, they were a little bit too small, and so I just squeezed really tight and it punctured it. And when it punctured it, it squirted all over me again. And then all over the ground and made another big mess. With that being said though, I mean, the oil is all drained now. Just need to take off the oil filter now that it's all drained out of there too. And then I can finally put the other one on and fill it up with oil. This has taken me way too long. It's been taking me like literally like an hour just to drain the fucking oil. But, and clean up all the messes. So anyway, I'm gonna get to doing that. I'll try to show you as much as I can without the recorder or the video stopping and without me getting my camera all oily. So I'll do my best, but bear with me. Now I am taking this new one. I'm gonna grab some oil. Grab a little bit of oil and I'm gonna put it right on this seal. It's probably all blurred out, but just hydrating the seal so that it makes a tight seal on it. Tighten it back up. Now it is all sunk down, it's all tight, and now I can finally clean up my mess again and put the cover back on and add some fucking oil. So now that the hardest part is done, I can finally bring it down from the lift, which is, thank God. Now, you add the oil. What's up? I am a freaking mess. That was awful. I'll catch you up here in just a second, but I gotta stop and get gas real quick. Guys, so I know that was awful. That was super hard to watch. So this is the first time I've ever done an oil change on this car. I know it doesn't give me an excuse for making such a big mess and, you know, just struggling so much with the camera and everything, but I will kind of use that as a little bit of fun. So I finished it up, runs great. I already checked the oil. It did take me like an hour and 45 minutes, so that part really sucked, but at least an hour of that was probably cleaning up all that mess. So just because I made such a gigantic mess with all the oil that splattered everywhere and all over my shoes and all over my hands, and anyway, that part really sucked. But now you know what not to do. Make sure that you have an oil pan or a catch can or whatever right underneath it, because it does make a big difference on your cleanup time. Learn from my mistakes and you guys will have a lot better time. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.